Now Hoytz's up in this top field over here. I always have to shout him every morning for his breakfast. There's a little Princecal there, and I heard Jubbers screaming. No sign of Hoytsy yet. Hoyts! Let's go see where he is. Little Princecal has still got his muzzle on, which is always a good thing. Ah, there he is. In his own time. Breakfast's here. We had a very busy day yesterday. We had Sam here all day doing teeth. There was lots of dentistry work to do. Some were better than others. But in short, we got 10 of them done. Hidda's were actually the worst. He had quite a nasty ulcer on the side of his cheek where some feed had got stuck in his back teeth. And it was quite interesting really, because it turns out that the chaff that we've been feeding, those who've got gaps in their teeth, it's really not suiting, because that particular chaff is getting stuck in there and then causing problems. It was also really interesting, particularly because we're changing the feed at the moment, that there were some issues with a bit of decay, which obviously comes from the sugars in the feed. So it was really good timing and gives me even more reassurance that we're definitely doing the right thing, changing their feed and looking at giving them far less sugars in their diet. So what that also means is those of you that are really kind and send us polos and treats for the horses, we are going to have to be a lot stricter on that and what we're giving them, and keep to more natural products. But as I mentioned in another video, Freya has got a list of the different feeds that she's going to get up on the website, up on the wish list. So for those of you who are very kind and want to contribute towards that, you will be able to see which products we prefer for the horses to have. Hey, Sash. You look gorgeous. Hey, Dale. Hey, Yodel. Thank you. Little Winnie. And ran up the back. Always keeping out of trouble. Despite it being Jodie's birthday, she's come in because we've got Rachel here again today, and she's just doing a bit of a checkup on Iceman, who was also seen by Sam yesterday. Just have a look at his left hind, which he is weaker in, but Sam's had a good look at him. He does react to flexion and is showing a lot of weakness in that hind leg, but he said, you know, crack on with what Jodie's doing to see if she can help him build up more muscle and more strength behind. But she's also brought in 3 of her babies today.
I want all of them.
Do you? So that's Ted, the big boy.
Oh, is that Ted?
Yeah, that's Ted. And then that's little Moss at the back there with the thinner stripe on her head. Oh, look at Ted, you want to come out and play? He was very cuddly. I picked him up and gave him a cuddle a little while ago. And look, we've got Lynn who's come to visit as well. She's been doing important coffee and tea making duties. Always an important job.
Very important.
But most importantly, Rachel's also been looking at some of the other guys. So Micah had her first session with Rachel today, and she had to do quite a lot of adjusting, and it was quite interesting that she was saying that her spine actually does a bit of an S shape. So from her withers, it curves like this, which apparently isn't that uncommon in horses. But she's done a lot of different movements. I'm not even going to try and explain them because it's all very complicated, just to help her release some of that tension that we know she holds in her body. She also, very interestingly, spent some time with little old man Hidda. Now, Hidda had his teeth done yesterday, and he did have quite a lot of problems up here, and he was definitely looking a lot more at ease this morning, so hopefully that's helped. But he had a session with Rachel, and what she did, spent a lot of time working on the scar tissue around his original sarcoid, just to help with the movement. By helping this to break up a little bit and just to move better, will help his whole body move. With him having his teeth done, with him having his session with Rachel, he's going to be a much more content and happy little horse. So obviously he's pulling his grumpy old man faces there, but his whole demeanour today, I would say, has been a lot more relaxed than it has been of late. Also having a session today was Doubtson, who, as you know, I do a lot of work with her, groundwork, ridden work, and take her to Mel's very regularly. So I'm quite aware of all the different imbalances that she's got. So again, that was quite interesting. Rachel picked up on the slight imbalance in her pelvis, as well as the blockages in her neck that I feel with all the work that I'm doing. So again, she's done some movements and some exercises with her to help release that, but she is going to need, like Iceman, another session just to follow up on that, just to make sure that it's all going in the right direction and that the adjustments aren't necessarily causing additional problems. Because what's happened with Anya, and we don't know 100% that it's related to her session, but it may be that by doing some minor adjustments, it's taken away the compensation that she'd found for herself to help her move in the most appropriate, easy way for herself, given the diagnosis that she has of wobblers. So at the moment, I'm undecided about what the next step is with Anya in terms of her discomfort through her shoulder or her neck. The options I have would be to go and have an X-ray done with Sam, which isn't necessarily going to show us the whole picture, or do I go down the route of having a full CT scan done, which will give us more of an idea. The only reason I'm reluctant to push to go and do this is because even if I get more understanding or an analysis or more details of what's going on in her neck or her shoulder, is there anything I'm going to be able to do? And the chances are that there isn't anything that can be done to make a difference. So as I say, at the moment I'm slightly undecided, but I'm going to give her a couple more weeks. So having spoken to Sam and to Rachel, we've decided give her a few more weeks, see if she finds a way to compensate again, as she has done for many years. And if she's really uncomfortable after that time and we're not making any kind of progress, then we'll look at what else we can do to try and help her.
We're thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears.